Wale, who is Vice President of the Unemployed Nurses Association. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome to Eyewitness News. How many are you in this association?
Good evening, sir. I'm Salim Mubarak, as you stated. I am the Vice President of the group. And with regards to our number, we are about 4 badges, so approximately we should be about 75,000 plus. That's a rough figure. I don't have the exact one. So.
I see, but we know that government in the last few years has been, the Ministry of Health has been getting a clearance from, the government to employ nurses. About last year, some 6,000 or 7,000 nurses were cleared to be employed. In 2021, some 11,000 were cleared as well. And it continues like that. So how come 3 or 4 badges? You're telling us you are 75,000. What happens to all those who have been absorbed into the system already?
Well, as you stated, we completed in 2020. That's about 4 years ago. Our juniors completed in 2021. And we have the 2022 batch too, who in some number of months will be done with their national service. So adding these 3 badges, you should be hitting over 60,000. And in about a month or 2 time, the 2023 batch would have also completed. So you add that 4th batch, the figure 75,000 I've mentioned. If you're not above that, if you don't get a figure above that, it should be a little closer.
But so you've been engaging with your employer or your potential employer. What have they been telling you?
Well, as we stated in the press, on the press grounds, we believe in the principle of dialogue. So right after the national service in 2021, because we completed in 2020, and the national service came immediately after. And we have to establish that as nurses, before you are qualified to do your rotation, that's the national service, you should have passed your licensure exams. So these numbers we're mentioning have all passed their licensure exams successfully. So from 2021, after the national service, we have been trying our best to get in touch with the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finance. Series of letters have been written to specifically the Ministry of Health, and we've made countless follow-ups. On a few occasions, they agreed to speak to us or engage us. They've constantly repeated the vague reassurances, vague in the sense that no timeline has ever been given to us for the clearance to be issued. It has always been an assurance that it will be done, but when is what we can't tell. And they have not, since then till now, they've not been able to give us exactly when they will release our clearance to further or subsequently post us.
So since 2020 or 2021 till now, how have you been surviving? You're supposed to be a professional nurse. How have you been surviving? You don't have a job.
It's been tough and depressing. It will interest you to know that some of our members will do survive on meager salaries of 300 cedis, 200 cedis from private facilities. If you look at the treatment our members receive in the hands of these private hospitals, you will feel pity for us. But what options do we have rather than to at least fall on that, because that is what is available to us as of now. A few that have those chances, can't survive on 400 cities, 300 cities, 200 cities a month. But as I said, that is the only thing we have at hand. And the majority also are in the market doing menial jobs to survive. And in these harsh economic times, the working class are even suffering. How much more those who have the knowledge and skills but have not been able to access the job market due to negligence by the employer. So we're really struggling. Our members are really going through. It's even, difficult to come by 3 square meals a day. If you speak to the average graduate nurse, you will feel the pain we are going through. It is depressing. Our skills are decaying, and we are losing hope by day. 4 years after school is not an easy thing, and we expect that the government, through whom we pay our taxes for the development of this country, should at least do the needful to listen to our cry by clearing us and then subsequently posting us.
So did you? Yeah, so you submitted a petition to an authority, to somebody in authority after your demonstration, right? And who was that person?
Yes. Yes, so the demonstration was done in Tamale, that's in the northern regional capital. Initially, we wanted to start with Accra, but because of the safe march, the police suggested we shifted to April, that is next month. So we had to start with Tamale, then before we touch the other regions. So as the regional minister is the head of the region, he represents the president. So the petition was submitted to the regional coordinating council.
Very well. So received by the minister or a representative of the minister, just to be clear.
The minister, as we were told, wasn't around. So he delegated an authority, an official from the RCC, that's the Regional Coordinating Council, to attend to us.
Very well. So if I got you right, I mean, so it means that this is going to be done on region by region basis. Every region is going to demonstrate just to put pressure on the system to employ you?
Exactly, because that is the only option left. As I said earlier, we started by writing to the Ministry of Health specifically. We wrote several letters to them. They did not respond to us. We tried engaging, and on a few occasions we made no headway. So, subsequently, we released a press statement and followed suit with a press conference. And it was after exhausting these outlying steps that we had to demonstrate. So, as we speak, this is the only option we have, and we just started. And this is the first phase. And the first phase covers Northern Region, Upper West, Ashanti Region, Greater Accra. So in the next 2 months, these are the regions we will focus on. So Tamale is done. Our next stop is Upper West. After Upper West, we will hit Ashanti Region and land in Accra to complete the first phase. If still we don't get any results, we continue with other regions. But it must be established that we are not just interested in picketing or demonstrating. If we get the good news today that our financial clearance has been released, we will rejoice. We'll drop all our plans and then appreciate the intervention by the authorities. But if the silence continues as it has been for the past 3 years, we would prefer to rather be on the streets for the public to know what is going on than to wallow in pain in our rooms.
Very, very well. I mean, I am just curious because every year we are told that clearance is given to employ your people. So I'm wondering how the employment is done or how the selection of those who get cleared is done. I don't know if you have any answers in respect of that.
So as far as we know, the clearance is given in badges. So last year, the 2019 badge, they were cleared. That was the last badge cleared. So if you complete in 2019, if one completed in 2019, it is expected that he or she would have started working by now. So the next general clearance that will be issued will cover the entire 2020 batch. So mostly what happens is, and this is an open secret, those who have monies, those who have huge monies to pay, will be able to access, they do access the portal even before their badges are cleared. This is an open secret.
No, if you have money, you can access the portal?
It is, as I said, it's an open secret.
Yes, just so we are clear. If you have money, you can access the portal. I thought the portal was open to everybody.
The portal is not open to everybody. When the clearance is issued, once your ID is not cleared, you can't access the portal. So if you completed in 2020 and the portal was open for 2019, because your ID has not been cleared, because you have no financial clearance, you cannot access the portal. It is only those whose IDs have been covered by the clearance who can access the portal.
So these people whose IDs have been covered are those you think have money, so they're able to water the ground, as it were, to get the clearance. Is that correct?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I made mention earlier that clearance is usually issued to cover an entire batch. So 2019, once clearance is released, it is expected to cover the whole 2019 group. So if you are 2020 batch, it is expected for you to wait till your 10 before your clearance too will be issued. But if you have money, we know some of our colleagues who paid 8,000, 9,000 plus, and they were cleared. They were added to the 2019 batch and cleared.
They were cleared out of 10.
they were cleared. So it was not their turn yet, but because they had enough monies to pay, they paid and had their way to, get posted. And this, as I said, is an open secret. It is not even. It will surprise you to even know that currently, as I said, we have 2022 batch seated at home. It will surprise you to know that 2022, some among them can access the portal even before their seniors who are the 2021 batch. Our juniors who completed their programs in 2021, some of them who had enough monies to pay to join the 2019 batch are working, while their seniors who completed a year before them are still at home because we had no such huge funds to pay and then find our ways through the system.
I see.
So it's depressing.
It's depressing indeed. It's a bad situation.
How many of us can get those monies? Where do they expect us to get it from? Because we're not working. And how many of our parents are rich enough to dash with that money? How many years will you work as a nurse to be able to recoup that amount you have, invested in buying a protocol slot? So we are pleading with the government. This is not a political issue, because during the press grounds, we made it clear to them that we are professionals and not politicians. We are out to register our displeasure against the continued silence by the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finance. They are the people in charge of releasing the clearance. Our skills as students are decaying. We are resting in the house.
Very well.
The skills are really acquired in school. They should do the needful by granting us the clearance. So we can also contribute our quota to the development of our country and its people.
Thank you very much. Mubarak Swale, Vice President of the Unemployed Nurses Association, speaking to us. We wish you